I think this is really hilarious, to be quite honest with you, and therefore I'm going to continue trying. Okay, this read has been interrupted twice. My camera has shut off twice. Okay, and I read it and then it shut off, and then I read it again and it shut off. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to seriously, I'm getting this message out there. I'm going to put it out there. It doesn't matter to me how many times this camera shuts off. It doesn't matter to me how many times my recording gets interrupted. I'm putting it out there. So I thought never mind. Okay. Palo Santo. We'll get some of that going on. Maybe that'll help. Oh, let's do it, shall we? Okay. I'll speak quickly. We've got a Seven of Wands in the upright. We've got somebody who's challenging a position. Somebody who's in competition for a position. They are denying their own judgment. Okay, they have been given a judgment, and this says persevere and you will overcome problems. And it says no, you will not persevere. So he's like, no, I'm not accepting that. I'm not going to accept that. He's exploring. He wants this journey. He wants to go on a trip, and he wants the romance that's in the air. He sees that there's romance everywhere, and he wants some of it. And he is challenged. The work, all the passionate work that he's doing to create this change for himself. Oops. It's being challenged by a Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. She's like, oh, hell no, you're not going towards this romance. You're sticking right here. You're committed to me. She is jealous. And she's like, you're not going anywhere, homeboy. And she's working real hard to delay his progress. She is not fooling around. She's working her tail off. She's like, you're not going anywhere. She's hiding messages. It looks like he tried to send a message out to somebody that said, I am a person of service. I feel good when I'm in service to others and when I can help others. But she hid the message. She made sure that this message didn't get out. He's challenged because he's not able to keep his life in balance. He's out of balance right now. He's like, so he's got some issues. I'm sorry, I'm trying to do this really fast because I don't want the camera to cut off again. So he's a King of Swords. He knows all about the truth. He knows everything that's going on here. He's no fool. He sees it for what it is. He knows exactly what's happening. He's got hidden secrets in the closet that can hurt him. He's done some stuff on a very shady level. He has been used as an object, and he has seen people as an object, and he has been used and used others as such in order to gain unexpected income. Okay? He's full of pride. He is a prideful person, and he's going to fail making this change. He's going after this spiritual love, but he's not a spiritual person. He's an actor with a lot of skeletons in the closet. He is a puppet master. And it says, take care, enemies are working against you. He's a puppet master here who is coming against this Four of Wands. Spiritual divine unions, which are coming together in the recent past. Maybe they have already happened. Maybe they're in the process of happening. There's a main male here who is in this process, and he's a very honest person. Okay? So he is coming into a 10 of Cups and a 2 of Cups. Very beautiful relationship. He gained his freedom. He had to go through all this hell, all this manipulation, all this puppetry, all this bullshit, but he made it out, and he's getting a wish come true, a divine union. He gained his freedom, and he's going on a vacation. But this one here who is coming against him, this puppet master who's working against him, he's hiding messages. He's hiding evidence in the courthouse. He's doing something fraudulent in the courthouse to try to sabotage this main male's future. He's been involved in religion. He's been using religion to create illusion, fear, and anxiety in the subconscious of people who are optimistic. This is what he does. He's getting a message of concern. There's no forgiveness, and this is ending. There's a death. Those people who are optimistic, they're getting forgiveness. They're getting forgiveness for sure. But this guy, this is an end to what he's been doing to them. He cannot do this to them anymore, and he's not getting the effing crown. He's not getting the spiritual crown. He's not a spiritual love. He's not in service to others. He's trying to fool people. And he's working against people who are wearing spiritual crowns, still trying to steal it from him. Isn't that crazy? I think it's absolutely crazy. So what we've got here is we've got the star. This main male is a star. He is a healer. He's a natural born healer. And he's coming together with his lovers. He and the love that he's hooked up with here in the recent past, they are seen as official people. Official healing people. Their pathway is open, and they're coming into sudden wealth. There could be, yeah, look at this. This is his lover is an older. He could be an older. She's an older woman, and she's highly thought of. There were people who stole her things, and there's judgment being called on that. They took all her things, all her vitality, all her ability to heal. They utilized all her services, leaving her broken without anything, completely they martyred her. They killed her and then absorbed her essence to generate wealth for themselves. But even while she was in a state of lack and suffering, wondering why the world shit on her head every single day, she used her intuition regarding all that adversity, and it didn't affect her the way that they thought it was going to. She's a healer. She's a star, and even from the grave, she was able to heal herself utilizing her intuition, her direct connection to source. And now there's judgment being called on these people. And you know the pitiful thing about it is. Here's the pitiful thing about it. This person, this star, is generous and giving, pouring out healing and abundance onto the people who are suffering. This is who this person is. And the purpose, what they did, this is in the environment too. This is what they're trying to do. This is what they're trying to do right now. They're trying to martyr people of purpose. They're trying to martyr those people who are of purpose because they're in fear and they're worried about losing their own livelihoods. They're worried about how it's going to affect them, so they're trying to martyr all of the stars who have purpose in this world of bringing blessings. There's news of a birth or a new business opportunity also in the environment. So these ones are seen. They're here. It's seen very plainly what they were doing to these generous stars. It's seen very plainly. And there's a new beginning here. Birth it's a new beginning. What they were doing, it's done. Well, so they still want to bring a competition around this. They're not accepting the judgment. They don't want to accept the judgment. They're like, no, I'm not accepting the judgment. They don't believe in the higher power. They don't believe in the Most High. They believe that maybe they're in control of their lives and they can determine however it is going to be. That's, they don't believe, even though they're religious and they tout this faith, they don't actually have faith in the Most High because they believe that they can control their own destiny by creating conflict for people, but this conflict is going to be brought to an end. They were blaming the star. They were blaming the healer. They were putting all the blame for all the shit in the world on the star and making the star eat it. And they blamed that star, male or female, and they made them carry big bags of shit, of grief, of sadness, of anger, of filth, of really horrible addictions of all kinds. The shit of the world was put on these people of optimism and rejuvenation. And they were made to swim in shit of suffering. While they were harvested, their vitality was harvested. And these ones created this beautiful, unexpected income life for themselves. There's a chain of events that will affect their life. And they better control their anger or they're going to be sorry. There's some firecrackers going off right now. There's a lot of excitement. There's an Empress reversed here in the outcome. She's full of anxiety. She's not faithful to anything. She thought it was really entertaining to overwhelm the people who were wholesome, to create blocks in them, to create a muddled mind so that they couldn't create for themselves, to strip everything from them. But you know what they couldn't take? They couldn't take gratitude. Even in adversity, these people who were extremely challenged were grateful. And so they're going to be getting plenty of material things. They're going to be rewarded. And they're also going to be rewarded with an opportunity of temptation. Do not be tempted to lower your standards. And this is the challenge for all people in all cycles. And in the old cycle, these ones, they failed the challenge. They fell to temptation and they decided that all of the wealth and abundance, these stars, how dare you? How dare you divvy that out to those people? Huh? When it belongs to us. So they martyred you. They martyred you and your purpose. And they thought that if they took 50% of your essence, and I'm saying this because I heard it in several years ago, if they took 50% of your essence and divvied it up among themselves, and then piled a whole bunch of shit and filth on top of you, that your shine wouldn't shine, and that at the end of this cycle you would be seen as dead, and you would not be given your crown. But it backfired. It didn't work out. And this one, he knows it didn't work out. And so he's rushing forward using romance. He wants to insert himself into the life of a spiritual lover. He wants to interrupt the union of this main male and this highly thought of woman. He wants that crown, but he's not going to get it. He's going to be homeless. He's facing homelessness. His whole family, this woman he's with, she's facing homelessness too, and he's trying to bail on her. Are you kidding me? He's been working with her this whole time, cheating people out of stuff. And now that they're facing homelessness, he's like, oh, romance is in the air. Oh, right? He doesn't want to be mentally disturbed. He wants to offload this mental disturbance. He wants to offload this mental disturbance. He's having difficulty keeping his life in balance. He wants to go get with a spiritual person who is a star and has the potential of renewal and rejuvenation so he can dump this shit onto her. He can't handle it. So yeah, he's trying to bail real hard on what it was. And she's like, oh, no, you don't. You ain't going nowhere. You're not having none of this. He's going for it, though. But he's got hidden secrets that are going to harm him. It says disciplined and truthful. But he's got hidden secrets. So he's... Yeah, man. He's trying to go after this eternal love. He wants this spiritual love. He's trying to go after this eternal love. But it's because he's mentally disturbed now. It's because he's received his judgment. He used people as objects and stole their wealth out of pride. And now he's failing to make a change. He's not going to get this spiritual love. He's not going to get this eternal love. It's here in the upright because it exists. It's here. But he's not going to get it. And it could be because of his religious ties. The shit that he's been doing. It's his religious ties. They're not going to let him go. They own him. He's one of them. He's ill. He's suffering an illness right now, and he's working really hard against this spiritual lover, this main male, who's getting real lucky. But he's ready. But this main male is ready. He's honest and he's ready. He's the real King of Swords. And it could be that this is the King of Swords that this one is targeting. That's what it is. That's what it is. They're challenging. This main male is a King of Swords. This main male is a King of Swords who's coming into spiritual love and eternal love. And this guy's spying on it in his head, so he can't get out of his head. In the subconscious, he's thinking about it. It's like, oh, this King of Swords is coming into spiritual love. He's got eternal love coming on. He's like, okay. He's like, yeah. And there's all this unexpected income, but he's not going to be able to make it work. He's not going to be able to make it work. He's got ties to this religious thing, and he's got hidden things in his closet. I'm glad that this came out this way. I'm glad that I was able to tie this up, okay? Because this King of Swords is not this homeless guy who's trying to come after the romance. This King of Swords is the main male, and he's coming into spiritual love. And that this homeless person, or is going to be homeless, wants to come in and steal it. He sees it. He's suffering this disturbance. He wants to offload this disturbance. I hope he doesn't try to do a business partnership or whatever. But anyway, yeah, he's trying to manipulate him hard. He wants to put this illness on this main male. He's working hard to do it. He's doing work right now to offload this mental disturbance onto that main male. He's going to fail. The main male's ready. Wow, man. This jackwagon is falsifying evidence in the courthouse. They're hiding evidence. Falsifying evidence. So it's time. This is the schedule. It's time. Time is here. And these ones here who are falsifying evidence or hiding evidence in the courthouse, they're going to be separated from this. And it could very well be that this main male, who is this King of Swords, I'm so glad that he's a King of Swords, is going to be getting his privacy. Like these ones, they're cut off. They're going to get cut off. They can no longer affect this main male. They're being cut off. The shit they did with their religion, trying to kill off all of the stars and the healers in this world so that they could wear this crown. I'm the crown. Okay, well, how are you going to heal the world? Now that you've killed and martyred all of the stars, all of the rejuvenators, how are you going to heal the world now that you got your crown on? It doesn't work like that, does it? No, it doesn't. They want the blessing. They want the blessing for the vow. They want the blessing for the vow. But they caused natural disasters for everyone. And they're protesting the commitments. They're bound to their commitments. And they're protesting the natural disaster that's coming to them. They're bound to their commitments. And they're protesting the natural disaster that is coming to them. These people who are optimistic, they're receiving forgiveness. And they're getting their blessing because they truly are lovers. They're seen as, they're highly thought of. And they're not stressed out. These ones who martyred the generous healers out of fear and worry, they're seeking reconciliation now. But there won't be any. Look at that. Compromise. They're fighting. They're separated. They're seeking reconciliation. They're seeking reconciliation. They want another union. They want to be united with this. But they martyred the healers. They martyred the ones who gave generously. They martyred them. And then they overloaded them. And they used their friends to do it. All their friends. All their friends. This is a firecracker time. There's going to be a lot of explosions going on. Empress Reverse thought it was funny to put these wholesome people in the grave and to pile shit on them. And she's going to be receiving justice. Yeah, she's going to be receiving justice. Those who earned merit will be getting the reunion. Those who earned merit will be getting the reunion. For they have lived and learned. They have lived and learned. They lived and learned. They took this domination experience. They took this being dominated and being abused. They took that and they learned from it. They learned all the lessons they could out of all the horrors that were thrown at them. Everything that they had to live through decade after decade. They took notes. They took notes and they got their gift. And those who wore masks are going to be experiencing a death. And there's conflict. They're conflict. They're fighting because they want this family life. They want this beautiful family life. They were fighting for it. They want, it's like a shit, you know? They wanted this beautiful family life, and yet they gave shit to everyone. How are you gonna create a beautiful family life when you're simultaneously creating conflict for most of the world? That is just weird. It's being stopped. Or should I say their sweet dreams are being stopped? Because they're stubborn. And the star has alliances. The strategies of these third world parties to steal the promise of these light beings, these healers, is getting them nothing but confinement. It's throwing their ass right in jail. And this is the conclusion. This is the end. And they're furious because they did all these rituals. They did all these rituals to bully people. And they were helped. They received aid. The Most High heard their cries, their prayers. Surprise! They were daydreaming. They were daydreaming that the curses they were doing to these people would give them a sense of adventure. But you triumphed over it. And you, even though you had like one angel on one shoulder and one angel on the other, and you were hesitating back and forth, but you persevered through all those challenges, didn't you? You developed self-love. When the world is tugging you this way and tugging you that way, what do, right? Eventually you have to say, right? Whoa, you got to come in. When the world is pulling you out here and pulling you out here and pulling you out there and pulling you out there, you have to come in and you have to bring it all in. And that's how you survive. Because remember, you only got 50%. They got the rest, if not more. So you had to pull it all in, your 50% or whatever it was, just so that you can nurture it and get your shine back so that you could be seen. They're seeking an apology now for these bright ideas they had to put you in a nightmare. There's evidence of the collaboration of what they did against this. They were in their imagination. They thought that they could steal your fate. They thought that if they thought they knew it all. They thought they knew it all. And that these sweetheart deals would be theirs. All they had to do was bribe enough people to work against it. And their goal was nothing more than money. And now they're withdrawing because now they're withdrawing. They're having withdrawals. Because these marriages that are going to be supporting and caring and loving are happening. They're happening anyway. And you're relaxed. And these ones who were in great pride, overindulging on your inheritance, they're in fright now because they fell into their own damn trap. And they could be suffering a future of blindness and loneliness. Just like you. When you had no friends, no family who supported you. You know? Nobody who considered anything you said to have value. Every friend would steal anything that you held dear. Even your partners were easily influenced by this. So anyway, you're coming into an extreme amount of luck, and they're experiencing a loss. You're getting good news. You're getting good news. Whoever coached these people, they may be in an accident. They may be experiencing some accidents, and you're going to be A-okay. And you're going to be having a life of goodness, and you're going to be calm. I guess this is the real polar shift. I guess that's the real polar shift. And since we're only 30 minutes into it, and this is a big long read, but I'm going to pull, let's see, what do I want to pull? I'm going to pull a couple of these. just to get out, hopefully a couple of positive things. So yeah, happiness, joys of life. People are going out and they're trying to cling to this happiness right now. You've got it coming in. You have persevered through decades worth of challenges, decades of scarcity. And I'm not talking about being frugal. You know, being frugal is one thing. Living in scarcity is another. And this world has been led into a situation of scarcity for the majority of the populace. Forgiveness, compassion, and kindness, which is necessary. Given all that is here, it's time to, you got to release all of it and let it go and just move on. Take everything that you have and move on. Forgive it, release it, let it go. Embrace life. Embrace life. You are a compassionate and kind person. You know what joy is. You know what passion is, and you may be burning with life's passion right now. And I don't doubt that a lot of people are, given that the vibration and everything is rising for everybody. Everybody's receiving a lot more of their vitality as it is taken from this old system and returned to the people who actually are capable of generating and managing this vitality. You're going to notice that you're going to be getting a lot more energy. And I'm just going to read all these cards and then we'll let it go. So we got acceptance. This is the cycle of life. This is the cycle of life. We are all connected. Tune into the natural rhythm of life. And know your strength. You should know fairly well about the inner resilience you carry. And look beyond what you see. Always look beyond what you see into the intuition and into the connect, right? That lets you see and know more than these do. So on the bottom of the deck here, we have intuition. Yeah, intuition, inner wisdom. Look beyond what you see. And with that, everybody, I'm going to leave it. I hope that this helps you and that you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next one.